Okay, hello folks. So I've listed 3 similar items on eBay, so I'm going to do a quick demo of all 3 of them at the same time with 2 Nintendo stroke Xeon kind of Game & Watch watches, literally, and 1 Tiger Game Watch, which is similar but obviously not quite the same. So in the order I had them listed on eBay, first of all we have Super Mario Bros. 3 Game Watch, as I say, by Nintendo and Xeon Electronics. This is in full working condition. It's also, as I recall, very difficult to play. Apologies again for how my laptop chooses to focus, or rather not focus. But yeah, there we go, that seems to be working quite well. So, I've got the sound turned on already. It can be turned off, but for full demo purposes, let's have it on. So hopefully I can remember how to start this. There we go with the classic tune. Okay, so we start off in the top left. Got a Goomba to avoid, which I just failed to do miserably. Oh, I've forgotten you die if you miss that lift even slightly. Really want to try and win one of these games, or at least get through the first stage of one of these games for one of these demo videos I'm doing, so let's just go for another game. This really is just a quick one, just to demonstrate what I'm selling for you guys who are bidding on eBay. Oh dear. I'll do a more detailed video if you like, but so that's the Super Mario 3, and a very similar condition we have this wonderful Tetris machine, which I've mentioned on the eBay listing. This is perhaps the most perfect creation of another game. How do we get started? There we go. Because obviously it's perhaps most easy to replicate on an LCD screen. It did move in a digital fashion in the original, so you know, controls are the same as the classic Game Boy version. Up rotates, left right to move the pieces, and presses down to force them down. Obviously there is no ultimate end game scenario with Tetris, so I'll just keep playing this until I lose, really, and then we'll get on to The Simpsons, which is quite a rare one. I think there's only one other one listed on eBay just now, but it's still in its original packaging, so a bit more desirable than the one I have, but also going to be a lot more expensive. So unlike a couple of the Game & Watches, excuse me, which I've retailed and sold recently and put up on YouTube, these watches haven't been, or well, rather they've been stored in a drawer somewhere, so there's been no sunlight exposure at all, so the artwork we have around the bezels is still in perfect near mint condition. Just a note on the gameplay, for those of you who do remember, well, the Game Boy version, but I know it exists on other versions of the game as well. This doesn't do a piece prediction up at the top. Those 4 bars just represent the top of the screen, the dead zone, if you will, where if you reach it, that's the end of the game. So yeah, this is really quite a lot of fun, because it really does capture the proper old Tetris. I mean, obviously it's not in colour, or even having the shading of the Game Boy version that so many folk consider to be the definitive edition of Tetris, but who cares? It's still a lot of fun. Yeah, I would do well with this one, the one that doesn't actually feature a proper end of level or end game point, but I'll bring this to a close shortly. I was really hoping for a long piece there, but let's just see if we can get a couple of multiples. There we go. Advance the level. Right, that'll do with that one for now. And then finally we have a Simpsons game from Tiger Electronics. So our controls here on wakes it up from shutdown, sound switches the sound on and off. We've got left, right, and this middle button is essentially your all sorts button. So for the purposes of the game, it starts the game, picks up the stone and launches the stone. I'll quickly explain that as we're playing it. It's on a demo mode just now. We can see Bart running around, Homer painting the house, the hose pipe here in the bottom left, and that stone there is relevant, and our extra lives are up here. So, there we go. That's a current high score set by me. So level 1, so we move left and right. The object of the game is to first of all get the stone, which is on the left, but we want to avoid that hose pipe, and launch it at that can of paint. Now what happened there was I lost a life, because if you pick up the stone from here, you don't launch it within 6 seconds, then you lose a life. Also notice that there is a jet of water coming out of this pipe. If you hit that, that's game over. So here we go. Hit the button to grab the stone. I've got the stone and I want to launch it at the paint, and I got him. I got Homer, and there we go. Life goes up. So basically he can be in one of essentially 3 positions. So you need to be in the right position to launch. Well, it was in the right position. If you miss Homer and launch the stone at the house, he gives you a ticking off. So I'll just quickly show you the animation for, if you linger over here, and that's game over. So those are the 3 items I've got up in eBay that I wanted to record a quick demo for. Hope you enjoyed that. Happy bidding. Background music, by the way, if you can hear it, is HMS Fable by Shaq. Catch you later. I'm Ross Toonster.